Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Trade Mastermind, Trade Secrets. I'm your host Joseph Valente and I am back in the podcast studio to deliver another weekly show. So let's get stuck in. You know the format by now. I like to start with TM updates. Well, this week is a big one. Trade Mastermind has hit its first 7-figure sales month. From the 1st of April to the end of April, we've done 1.1 million in revenue net of VAT. So huge month, incredible results, phenomenal results, and I'm very proud of what we've been able to achieve here as a business, what my team have been able to help us achieve, and to what our customers have helped contribute to creating, which is a big, incredible, amazing 8-figure training business. I mean, that's got to put us as probably one of the largest training businesses now in the UK. We've only been going for just over 3 and a bit years, so really special stuff. I'm really proud of what we've been able to do, and that means that our business gets bigger. It means that we're helping more people. It means that we're serving more customers. It means that we're leveling up the sector, leveling up the industry, boosting the economy by teaching businesses how to grow their own mini economies. This is a mini economy boom of the macro economy. And I'm excited about doing more of it, because when we grow a business, that business needs leads, it needs people, it needs vans, it needs tools, it needs office space, it needs insurance, it needs materials, it needs all of these elements, software, phones, and so that drives the economy, that drives the growth. The small businesses scaling up make stuff happen, and we got some big stuff coming, and the more at scale we can do that, the better it's going to be for Britain. So it's absolutely fantastic stuff what's being achieved here. So the Marbella Business Retreat is coming up. This is a nice little exclusive retreat that I run abroad at a 20-person villa. We get to do a deep dive into your business. It's really nice, fun, in the sun, but doing great business. I've got 2 great mentors joining me there. It's going to be a great event. So click on the link in the description, and I'm looking forward to running that mastermind. Okay, so we've got some news hot off the press. Out of the construction industry, we're being told that tradies' income is taking a 20% hit over the last few years. But all hope isn't lost, and there's some positive to come from this story too. Now, a report from insurance provider Simply Business reckons that tradespeople's revenues dropped nearly 20% between 2022 and 2023. They should have come to the Trade Mastermind. In the first 3 months of 2024, 44% of master builder companies have reported that their business is on track to making a loss or fall below expected margins. And material costs are the problem. With an increase in material costs over the past quarter, 65% of members of Master Builder reported that they needed to increase prices, according to the latest State of the Trade survey from the Federation of Master Builders for Q1 of 2024. But there are some positive signs. Improvements in the availability of skilled workers and overall workloads are up by 6% on the previous quarter, and I mean, we need that. The construction industry is suffering. Last month, FMB launched a manifesto, Growth from the Ground Up, setting out a positive plan for housing and planning, energy efficient retrofitting of existing homes, and the need for long-term skills and training to turbocharge economic growth. I mean, I'd like to read that manifesto and understand how they're going to do that. What is going to be the route to encouraging these people, the young people, maybe people to retrain to come into the construction sector? Because it's all well and good having housing targets, okay, but if no one's coming in to build them, how are we going to build them? And I think, there aren't as many young people coming up now wanting to do trades because it's not as attractive as it once was. I remember when I was, 14 and a half, I got into plumbing as an apprentice, and that's when social media wasn't really around. I mean, who knows? If I was 14 now, I'd probably go straight into being a YouTube superstar. I wouldn't be going into being an apprentice plumber. I mean, can you blame those youngsters? Because the money isn't as attractive as it is when you see these superstars on YouTube. So, you know, we've got to get inspirational characters, people that have been there, done it, made it, got the t-shirt to inspire the next generation, or the economy is really going to suffer. And who's going to build, you know, the next houses, who's going to service and maintain all of that stuff. The FMB is urging the next government to take this opportunity to deliver long-term sustainable change. And I think they absolutely need to. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but maybe I'm going to help them. Stop till we're legend. Okay, so this is my favorite part of the show. This is Success Story of the Week. And today we have got an absolute superstar on the line. This gentleman is getting great results with the Trade Mastermind, and I saw him only just yesterday. So I'm really pleased that we're getting to speak to him. So let me introduce you to Mr. Kieren Myler from KMM Energy Solutions. Kieren, how's it going, champ?
Yeah, really good, thanks, Joe.
How are you doing?
Yeah, really well, mate. Yeah, business is going good, mate, and obviously as it comes into the sunnier months, we enjoy it. Makes those nighttime appointments a bit better.
Fantastic, absolutely, and you know, really helps drive those sales when you've got some sun in the sky, I'm sure.
It definitely helps.
So, Kieren, when was it that actually, let me go back. How did you come across the Trade Mastermind?
I think it was on Facebook. I think it was at the point, obviously we know the phone listens, and we were speaking about, you know, we wanted to go to the next level, and we needed some education in the industry because we knew how to sell, but we didn't know how to set up a business. So I think, if I remember correctly, it was a Facebook advert, and then I came down to the Discovery Day by myself. Steve couldn't make it. Really inspired by your content, mate. You're obviously a great public speaker, very motivational, and you know, it solved a problem that we were looking to solve.
Fantastic. Now, what I like about your story is it's slightly different. And, you know, most people that come to us are tradespeople looking to learn the sales skills and the marketing skills and so on, because they've got the technical skills. But you guys have come because you've already got the sales skills, but you want to learn more about the technical stuff and the business side, yeah?
That's correct. Yeah, that's spot on.
Yeah, fantastic. So really, really cool. So where were you when you started, and where are you now?
So when we first started, we hadn't done any jobs by ourselves. So we were setting up an energy consultancy where we can do multiple quotes for multiple companies. And that was the model that we had. Because we don't install any of the jobs, we were a bit ring-fenced and hamstrung, I guess, by our old company that we used to work for, Project Solar. Yeah. Because they would only offer, you know, a one-dimensional solution, and we found that we weren't able to help a lot of customers. So we set it up with the aim of being able to do a lot more bespoke and bigger jobs, commercial jobs. So we actually had an investor that came on board that wanted to push it for schools and churches. So we got a bit distracted on that side when we first started. But yeah, we hadn't done one install when we first came to see you and saw you guys. Okay, cool. And how many installs are you averaging a month now? So last month we did 10 installs.
Wow.
Already got 6 booked in for this month. Like I said, we got a bit distracted last year, you know.
What does 10 installs translate to in revenue?
So the average profit value for ourselves is approximately $3,500 a job. Yeah. So we don't look at the total revenue because we have a profit split with our installer.
Nice.
So
what do you sell the job for on average?
13 grand is the average.
13 grand. So about 130,000 you did in sales revenue, but you have a different way of breaking down the profit, yeah?
Correct, yeah. We get our, I guess, invoices at the back end once it's gone through the installer processes.
Fantastic. Beautiful. So 130,000 in a month.
Correct.
Well done. That's absolutely fantastic. And what is the plans for the business, and where do you want to take it?
So we have now booked loads of different shows over the summer to improve our lead generation, to improve the cost per acquisition, to get a lot more organic leads. So we're busy, setting all the logistics of that up. We've got 2 new salespeople ready to start in May. And that's the advantage of us. We've got loads of salespeople ready to go from our network of surveyors. We just didn't have the business set up well enough to be able to confidently bring them in. But we're at that stage now.
Beautiful. Sounds absolutely fantastic. And, obviously, listening to your accent, you're from Australia.
That's correct, mate.
And you got any plans to go back to set up over there?
No, ironically, Steve already worked in solar in Australia, so he used to travel around in his camper van selling solar over the phone with his family for 2 years. So
wow.
He's come over here to sell our son to the English,
Let me ask you a question, and this is going to be a funny one if this connects up, but he wasn't working for Quantum Solar Power by any chance, was he?
I'm not 100% sure. He's actually calling me at the moment, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he's got his ears are burning.
Did you ever hear of Quantum Solar Power?
No, because I left when I was 19. I've only gone back for the odd holiday. I'm not entrenched in the solar industry over there. I've got a few mates that have businesses, but I'm from a bit of a country town, so I don't actually know anything about Quantum. Why are they related to you guys in some way?
Well, I used to work for them when I was 21.
Oh, did you?
Because I moved to Australia when I was 21.
Yeah, I remember you went on your gap year.
Yeah. I went there 3 days in. I'd spent all of my money and I had to go and get a job. And I was in Sydney and I went and worked for this company called Quantum Solar Power. And what we were doing is the first part of my job when I started was cold calling different locations in Australia from Queensland to New South Wales, setting up appointments for solar surveyors to go out and do solar surveys. The aim of the game was to book 7 cold call surveys a day. And if you did that, you got $100 bonus every day, plus your $22 an hour. So I was making about $350 a day working in that call centre. It was pretty good money.
Yeah, in Australia, I think there are a lot more opportunities to earn good money quick, especially for people that come over to Australia. We've got a good culture where we're, like backpackers and people coming over for a holiday look after them. Yeah,
fantastic. So would you recommend Trade Mastermind, Kieren, to other people out there looking to learn about business?
Yeah, I always recommend Trade Mastermind to anyone. I actually get a few calls from people that have seen some of the content that you guys done, and seen me on there and reached out through the business. So
brilliant.
I always, I'm a big believer in education and knowledge is power. And I think you guys have helped us get to where we want to get quicker. We've got still a long way to go. But yeah, we definitely recommend you guys to everyone.
Thank you very much. And it'd be really nice to get you in face to face to do a podcast, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if I've done a whole podcast, but I've done a bit of content with you, so I'll definitely be keen.
Yeah, awesome. Well done, mate. Well, great to talk to you, and I'll see you very soon.
No dramas, Joe.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Stop till we're legends.
Okay, so we're on to the next section of this show, and it is the Ask JV, where the audience dial in their questions, send in their questions, and we will answer them directly. So first up is Gas Safe Hero. At the masterclass, you mentioned the importance of pivoting if you see other opportunities. So Gas Safe Hero is on our training program, our 7-figure boiler business builder academy. For us in the boilers, that would most likely be moving into renewables at some point because it's a higher profit margin, higher turnover business. Should we move into renewables now, or should we perfect the boilers first? Well, absolutely fantastic question, and great you're thinking like this because you absolutely should be. But my advice is to master the boilers now. Because when you build a direct sales and installation business, which is what the 7-figure Business Builder Academy is all about, you can then add on solar, you can add on air source, and it just becomes about leads, it comes about the sales pitch, and it becomes about the installation team. But boilers is what you know. Boilers is where your skill set currently lies, okay? And build the infrastructure to manage a boiler business, but don't get emotional about the product, get emotional about the process, and then you've got a great organization that you can expand and you can become a hybrid installation business. So I would do, I don't know, let's say 6 to 12 months of the 7-figure boiler business builder, get the numbers up to a minimum of 20 boilers a month. And then when you've got that, then I would expand into air source or expand into solar. Thank you very much for the question, and let's go for the next question. Okay, Mark Lovell, he said, hi, I'm just starting out with my new business in setting up a digital marketing agency, specifically for high-end and fencing network. So I'm involved in, which is already nationwide, so can scale quickly. What are your thoughts on pricing strategies? Okay, so you're selling digital marketing services to fencing companies. Well, there are two ways. There is a pay-per-lead model that you can do, okay, or there is a monthly management charge that you can charge for handling their budget. It depends on what the strategy is to generate the leads. So you could put your money up, you could generate the leads, and then you could sell that lead 3, 4, 5 times. And if it costs you 50 quid to generate a lead and you sell it 3, 4, 5 times, you are getting yourself a good return on investment. If you want to get the customer to use their money and you just manage their money to get leads, then you want to charge, I don't know, 20% management fee. So if it's £1,000, you charge 200, or you might have a minimum charge of £1,000. I would contact some digital marketing agencies if you don't know. I'm not a digital marketing agency pricing expert, but I've used many of them over the years, and it's pay per lead or it's managing budget. So they're your two options, and I would go to the market and I would go and get some feedback. I would go and do some analysis, and there's no better person to do that with than the people that are already doing it. Okay, so thanks for watching today's podcast. Really enjoy you guys being here, and I hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure you come down to one of our discovery days, you follow us on social, and you check out our website, www.trademastermind.co.uk.
3, 2, 1!
Thank you for listening to the Trade Mastermind Trade Secrets podcast. If you want to find out how Trade Mastermind can help you further, head to our website trademastermind.co.uk, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Stop.